これが俺の力だ。
ああ、やはり楽しいですね。戦いというのは。
落ちていく惑う乱れて砕け散る。ブリーチブレイブソウルズ。
Alright, what is going on, you guys? This is your boy the Deathmaster, and welcome back to yet another Bleach Brave Souls video. And today we are back again with yet another Who Was Better video. So today we are going to be comparing characters again, and this time around it is going to be with the Spirits Are Forever With You version of Murder Mum, otherwise known as Retsu, and we are going to be comparing her to Artbook Ichigo, otherwise known as Lunar Ichigo 2.0. But anyways, I'm just gonna say this right now, this comparison isn't really based on killers because both of the characters have literally different killers, whereas Artbook Ichigo has Soul Reaper and No Affiliation Killer, while Retsu has Hollow Killer. But the skills that these two characters have literally are by far the most insane that any other tech character has received, and this is basically to see who is literally the better tech character in the game. Like, who basically can take the #1 spot from each other. So anyways, let us go ahead and start it off by taking a look at the actual characters. So starting it off with Artbook Ichigo, which came out during before 6th anniversary. This character, finally, we just basically managed to get ourselves an OP tech character. Anyways, minus 5 out of 5 with 500 SP, so I kind of had to, you know, to balance it out, remove the SP, focus, and attack slot. Now I can get him back just fine, and I don't even have to work on him again, but just so you guys know, it is comparable. Don't worry about it. I fixed it up so that way we can make the video possible. But anyways, like I stated earlier, he has Soul Reaper and No Affiliation Killer. His soul trait is strong attack recharge time of minus 14%. So this is very good because you can actually go out of your way to do a ×4 14% recharge build and get a maximum total of 56% cooldown reduction. And yeah, I have him T20 with full stamina damage boost and weakened defense. Now let's take a look at what he has on the skills. Now he is busted as F because he has weakening on his entire kit, and his innate skills include complete status immunity 100%, meaning that this guy cannot be affected by any type of status elements whatsoever. So that's already pretty good for a lot of content such as guild quests, mainly guild quests, because in PvE this is literally a good bonus ability to have in case you do not want to get burned, frozen, paralyzed, etc. He even has Long Stride and Sprinter +2, which is insane. So that way, for when it comes to getting the character to T20, you don't even need to give him Long Stride because he already has it. So he can just go directly for full stamina damage boost and weaken defense and call it a day. Now the skills: 20% Bruiser, 60% Berserker, even has Havoc at 20%, Frenzy +1, Bombardment, Debilitator +5 seconds, Poise, and Marauder. Very stacked skills. Like, he has everything that a character needs to be complete. Now let's take a look at what Retsu has on the other hand and how the hell she is competing with this character. Now, like I stated earlier, she only has Hollow Killer, so it's pretty disappointing that as an end of year character she only got 1 killer, but it doesn't matter because let's get into everything else. So yeah, strong attack recharge time of minus 12%, so you guys may be thinking that she will actually have longer cooldowns compared to Artbook Ichigo. Well, guess what? That isn't the case, which I'm gonna get into why soon. Anyways, she's also T20 with full stamina damage boost and weakened defense, so completely comparable. And yeah, here is what she has. So her entire kit has 2 status elements this time around, being weakening and drain, and only the 3rd strong attack doesn't even inflict a status element, but heals up pretty damn nicely. So the 3rd strong attack, normally it's a 30-second cooldown, but it's actually a 25-second cooldown because guess what? She has, at full stamina only, reduced strong attack cooldown of 6%. So this character will be getting her cooldowns a lot faster than Artbook Ichigo just because of this innate skill alone. Except for the 3rd strong attack where you're gonna have to wait for like half a second longer to use the 3rd strong attack again, but even then, it's still completely balanced. Like, it can still work in both ways. And she even has Medic, which is basically going to increase the amount of heals that this character can do once she inflicts either Drain or Heal Up on the 3rd strong attack, and he even has Sprinter +1. Now the skills: she has a 20% Bruiser, 20% Berserker. Now you guys may think that it's actually quite weak, but hold on, let's get into it. Devastation at 40%, and full stamina damage boost at 20%. Keep in mind that she is T20, so that full stamina damage boost 20% turns into 45% once you give her the bonus ability. Havoc at 20%, Frenzy +2, Debilitary +5 seconds, and even has Weakened Defense as an actual 6-star skill, and even has Marauder. And considering I already have Weakened Defense as a bonus ability, I can already give her double Weakened Defense. And considering this character has Weakening on everything, has a devastation of 40%, giving her double Weakened Defense will literally make it on the same scale as having Bombardment with Weakened Defense, as long as the character has Weakening on the Soul Bomb. So like, other than that, the Soul Bomb is going to be just as powerful as Artbook Ichigo, which is actually pretty good. The only drawback is that she doesn't have Long Stride, so you're gonna have to give it to her and sacrifice the harder Soul Bomb that she can potentially dish out. And she also doesn't have a complete status immunity, so like, she isn't immune to anything, unlike Artbook Ichigo, which is a bit of a shame. But for what she does, you know what, there has to be some sacrifices to be made. But anyways, yeah, that's basically Retsu summed up in a nutshell. Now, as to how we're gonna compare these two characters, well, it's simple really. We're gonna bring them both into Inheritance Zone. They will both have the badge, pill, and tea set, all with 30% SP, and the links are going to be hybrid links, being the Fullbring Ichigo, the TLA Soifon link, and the Flyzen link, which funny enough all happen to be 5/5 max transcended, except Soifon only has 250 SP while the other have pretty much 500 SP on the extra stat boost slot. So yeah, that's all you guys really need to know. And with that being said, let us go ahead and begin the runs in Inheritance Zone, and then basically break them down and talk about their pros and cons. So yeah, let's get into it, boys. Those were the gameplays, and as you guys clearly saw, Artbook Ichigo won by being only 3 seconds ahead of Retsu, which is insane, because Retsu was being heavily carried by the SA1 and the SA2 in terms of clear time, so giving Long Stride to Retsu could put her on the same pace as him in terms of clear time, which is just nuts. But now let's briefly talk about the kits. Artbook Ichigo has a 750 AoE Vacuum Vortex in front. For those that aren't familiar, it's Bankai Shuhei's second Tron attack, but being used as a first Tron attack. Traditional 960 AoE in front on the SA2, and a full screen 1200 radius SA3, weakening on everything. Retsu, on the other hand, has a 3k length beam with a 1020 width on the SA1, the same one as Annie Aizen's first Tron attack, Breath Style Vortex on the SA2, the exact same one that Power Hikone has, and a charged distant AoE third Tron attack where without the charge, it's 840 radius. And with it, it's a clean 1080 radius. It's the exact same third strong attack as 5th Annie Ichigo, weakening and drain on everything but the SA3. But now let's get into the goods and the bads for both of the units. Starting it off with Artbook Ichigo, long stride built in. Very self-explanatory, don't need to say much, it just helps him clear quests a lot faster and makes it easier to dodge enemy attacks. You don't need to get him to T15 to unlock the ability. Complete status immunity. Ichigo being immune to every status ailment just means that you don't have to worry about getting screwed over by a status ailment. Whether it be in IT or GQ, he's 100% safe. Bombardment. I don't think I need to explain much for this one as well. Ichigo has one of the hardest nukes in the game because of the skill alone. You can nuke an entire room, even at 1 of 5, provided you give the unit attention tie. Double killers. While the killers are different from each other, Ichigo having 2 killers makes the value very strong for this character, as you can use him for 3 weeks of guild quests, being both the melee and ranged weeks of Soul Reaper and No Affiliation week. Overall, a must-have for any hardcore GQ player out there. In the premium pool, unlike Spirits Are Forever with You Retsu, Ichigo can be pulled from summons tickets and will be coming back a lot more often in random banners in which he is thrown in, just like any other anniversary character that has made his return in different banners, and also makes it a bit easier to 5 out of 5. Pretty damn good pros, but now let's get onto the cons. Hits less than Retsu. Ichigo has 60% Berserker, and that is completely fine. They prioritized in making his kit for faster clear times. It's just that you won't be able to hit very hard compared to Retsu, where she has Frenzy plus 2. So her strong attacks are basically triple the amount of hits and is almost the same as Frenzy with 50% Berserker, but scales a lot higher. And on top of that, she has 20% full stamina damage boost, as well as a 20% Berserker, completely overthrowing Ichigo's total damage. Can't maintain full stamina damage boost. Unlike Retsu, who can heal and drain mobs, the unfortunate thing about Ichigo is, if you have full stamina damage boost as a bonus ability on him or any FSD link, if you get hit, it's goodbye FSD for the rest of the run, unless you happen to have Retsu as a party member in co-op and single player quests. Other than that, it's just a few minor nitpicks, but it doesn't make the character bad at all. Artbook Ichigo was a character made to last for a very long time, and Caleb did him very well. Now, let us move on to Retsu. Here are her pros. Maintains full stamina damage boost. This is all thanks to the fact that she can heal on her third strong attack, and on top of that, on her SA1, SA2, and the special, she can drain mobs like a bloodthirsty vampire. Hits harder than Ichigo. Frenzy plus 2, plus 20% full stamina damage boost, plus 20% Berserker, plus an additional 25% full stamina damage boost that you can give her upon getting her to T15, equals hardest hitting unit in the game. Not to mention has a charge SA3. Double weakened defense. Considering this unit doesn't have bombardment, having weakened defense really does help out a lot, because guess what? Giving her another weakened defense skill upon getting her to T15 or T20 will make her Soul Bomb just as powerful as Artbook Ichigo's bombardment with weakened defense. You guys don't believe me? I provide you this footage right here of a sub 1 second run being done on hard ranged Soul Reaper week using a max transcended T20 swimsuit Retsu with full stamina damage boost and weakened defense, alongside a max transcended T20 Daddy Ichigo and Annie Aizen, whom both have full stamina damage boost and damage to weakened enemies as the bonus skills. Shoutouts to my guildmate Arale for allowing me to use his footage of doing this GQ run on Nero's account. So how is Retsu able to do this when she doesn't even have bombardment? She only has a 40% devastation with weakening on everything, so there's no way that she could have done it. Let me answer it. She has weakened defense as a 6-star skill already. Get her to T20, you can give her full stamina damage boost and another weakened defense ability, thus making it double weakened defense. And that just proves that Retsu Soul Bomb can hit just as hard as Artbook Ichigo's, since I was able to also do sub 1 second run on hard GQ with him. Here's the screenshot, by the way, I literally did it. Overall, Retsu is looking like an even stronger character than Artbook, but she does have a couple flaws, and here they are. A lot less mobility. By this, I mean she has no long stride, she only has 2 flash steps. So while she's the better damage dealer, even if she is backed up by the SA1, she will tend to clear slightly slower than Artbook Ichigo unless you give her Long Stride upon getting her to T15 or T20. But it comes with the drawback that you won't be able to keep either full stamina damage boost or weakened defense, meaning that you will have to sacrifice some form of damage if you want her to clear as fast, if not faster than Ichigo. And at the end of the day, it's going to depend a lot on a person's preference of how they play as the character. No status ailment immunities. Can be a hit or a miss for a lot of people. I personally find it a miss since I just don't care. I just flashed up whenever I see any type of poison or burn puddle. But I can understand why some people find it an issue, so I figure I may as well highlight it regardless. Not having status ailment immunities just means that for when it comes to her survivability, she will have a bit of a rough time, whether it be manual playing or autoing. Even if you can heal up, just know that there's always going to be something to screw you over, whether it's going to be an IT or IC, enemies can freeze you, paralyze you, etc, etc. Again, it's a hit or a miss depending on a person's preference. I think it's a miss, but to each their own. Only has one killer. Now yes, Retsu does have Marauder, so you can use her to clear both melee and ranged Hollow Weeks, and potentially get amazing scores depending on how much Transcendence you have invested in Retsu and the team. But it just makes her a lot less valuable compared to Ichigo despite being used for different weeks. Because remember lads, Ichigo has 2 killers. You can use him for 3 weeks. Retsu has 1, so you can only use her for 2 weeks. Big difference. Not in the premium pool. You want to 5-5 this character, you have to summon for when she comes back in a Spirits Are Forever With You banner. And Spirits Are Forever With You banners normally take like around 5 or 6 months to make a rerun. So unless you have move sources saved up, you'll have a bit of a tough time trying to get this character completely maxed out, as she is not in tickets compared to Artbook Ichigo. It is incredibly insane how Tech went from being one of the worst attributes to being one of the best ones, just because of these 2 units alone and all the other units that we got throughout the remainder of 2021. Now, it's time to give a proper conclusion, and this is what I have to say. It's a tie! Is what you guys thought I would say, but no. Instead, I have 2 different conclusions to give out this time because both of these units are very interchangeable and can actually depend on a person's preference. But anyways, to sum it up, the best damage dealer, it goes to Retsu. For her, it doesn't matter if she has killer or not. In co-op content such as IT, which is by far the hardest thing to do in the game, she's literally going to outperform Artbook Ichigo for when it comes to taking out a lot of mobs, and the only time that Artbook Ichigo will take a shine over her is when he has one of his 2 killers activated. In other words, Ichigo will have a clear advantage over Retsu only when either Soul Reapers or no affiliation mobs are present. Anything other than that, Retsu is just going to be by far the superior character to use. But the thing that Ichigo will always have over Retsu are 2 things: value and clear time. Outside of IT, Ichigo will still clear a lot faster than Retsu, and him having the double killers just once again makes him a lot more valuable as a unit to have and will be a lot easier to acquire compared to Retsu. So Ichigo wins in that department. Somewhat of a semi-tie, it's just that these 2 units differ greatly from each other, and it's not easy to give out a unique conclusion, unlike most of the other comparisons that I have done. Think of it of how I compared both Daddy Ichigo and Noel, in a sense, where Noel can actually clear faster than Ichigo, but Ichigo had more values going for him. But other than that, both characters, in my opinion, are an absolute must-have, despite their differences. Some people will say Retsu is better than Artbook Ichigo, depending on the topic. You guys may not be wrong on that. Some people will also say that Artbook Ichigo is better than Retsu. Depending on what scenario it is you're trying to prove, you guys may also not be wrong on that. At the end of the day, both of the characters are insanely amazing and are meant to be enjoyed. If you're a Retsu simp, go for Retsu. If you love Ichigo like I do, go for Ichigo. Both units are very interchangeable and are must-haves for any account in Bleach Brave Souls. And that was the video, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys have actually enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that way you guys are up to date with my most recent videos. And I have another Who Is Better video planned out, which I'm going to soon start getting into the making. It's going to be Aizen versus Christmas Nini. I hope you guys do look forward to that because it is going to happen. So yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching and thanks for all the support that you guys have been giving me. It's literally what's keeping me into making these videos. So yeah, this has been your boy the Dash Smasher, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, lads.